this time I'm not upset with the bias that's out there against the DCEU and you know, against Zack Snyder and everything. No, this time it's against the DC side. That's right. You fanboys out there, I didn't think I was going to actually have to do one for you, but this one's for you. What's happening, film friends? David the Film Junkie here. Relax! Guys, relax. I guess I can call it, what, the DC shills, the fanboys? I don't know. I mean, I consider myself a fanboy too, but I'm a fanboy of the whole thing. But there was a lot of interesting things that were coming about today, and some shit was just taken out of context. And I wasn't liking what I was seeing. I even tweeted it out. People on the DC side started hating on Geoff Johns because of some quotes that he had to say. And it kind of just made me go, are you serious? We're actually going to be hating on Geoff Johns. Geoff Johns, the guy who's written a lot of awesome DC comic books and who is taking over the movies and helped with Wonder Woman. That was so great. That Geoff Johns? Okay. Then I'm like, oh yeah, they got to defend Zaddy. Ugh, God. Makes my butthole quiver. Yeah. You guys are weird, I tell you. Anyways, this is what he had to say right here. He was talking about, you know, characters and stuff like that. And this is what he has to say right here. I work with so many talented people. So there's people that love it and understand it and embrace it. And then there's people that don't know that. I always mess up this part right here when I read it. And then there's people that don't know that, and you want to help them learn it. And you want to tell them why a certain storyline for a certain character might not work. And that's what I always say. Sometimes this shit doesn't translate to the big screen. You have to change it up a little bit. But some people just freak out about it, especially the people on the Marvel side. Or why a take on a character might not work, or what Superman really should be. And I think this is where people started thinking he was throwing shade at Zack Snyder for changing Superman. But I think he was throwing shade at the people who hated Zack Snyder's version of Superman. Almost 100% sure. But the whole thing is to craft and shape the story and the tone to fit the character, and to celebrate the character instead of deconstruct the character. I think you want to celebrate the character because you've got to celebrate something and build it up, which is what they're kind of doing with Superman. I think to really make it into something that represents who that character truly is. And also, the fact that I've written all these comic books gives me a lot of credibility coming into the room, because it's hard to argue sometimes. Like, people can tell me what Aquaman is, but if I've written the book, literally, it helps me out. Good job, sir. This is where people started freaking out because they thought he was throwing shade at Zack Snyder and his interpretation of Batman, you know, Batman and Superman. And of course, you know, I even saw people questioning, does Geoff Johns even like Batman or Superman? Which I'm pretty sure he does. But he was just talking about Aquaman. Changing Aquaman to fit on the big screen. Because let's face it, man, he's a blue-eyed white devil, blonde hair, riding seahorses. You know how many times I had to defend Aquaman when I told him, oh yeah, he's going to be in the movies, and people would laugh. And I'm like, no, he's actually more than just talking to fish and riding seahorses and that cheesy shit. He's more than that. You could just read some of the new stuff. It's a lot better. And then when they cast Jason Momoa, I'm like, are you kidding me? That's a fucking rock star right there. Some people, of course, were pissed because they changed the way he looked in the race and stuff like that. But the thing is, like I get it. You know, when they change the race and stuff like that, when they do it for, like, you know, for progressive reasons or whatever, sometimes it misses. It misfires. But if it actually complements the character, which I think it does, because honestly, it's like Aquaman should be Hawaiian. I think he should be, you know, that. He shouldn't be blonde hair, blue eye, even though that works too, because he thinks surfer, the ocean, and stuff like that. Yes, that works. But for some reason, with Jason Momoa, it just works. And what we've seen so far, they turn him into a badass. And that's what he's talking about. But all these people were freaking out and just hating on Geoff Johns, and I was about to just show up to people's houses and punch them in the throat. So relax, guys. And I know it's probably not you guys, but some people were just, yeah, they were just hating on Geoff Johns today, and I was not liking that at all. And now you guys can shut the fuck up and realize that you got upset for no reason. And you got to relax, because we always got to defend the bias and everything out there. We got to defend the DCEU. We can't fight amongst ourselves, okay, guys? And that's what was happening. We can't do that. We just can't do that. We got to love each other and love the movies that we currently love. Anyways, guys, trying to just keep the peace with, you know, Marvel and DC, and then all of a sudden the DC side starts fighting, and Film Junkie got upset. But now we're good. All right, guys, so let me know your thoughts about it down below. What do you think about all this, and what do you think about what Geoff Johns said? Please hit that like, thumbs up button if you'd be so kind. Subscribe to this channel. Subscribe to the other channel too. Follow me on the social media stuff that is floating above my head. I'll talk to you later.